commissioner of the Big Three, Roger Mason. How you feeling about the way the teams broke down?
You know, a little surprised by some of it.
What surprised you?
Some good picks. Let's see. I think the number one pick, I kind of thought Rashad McCants would get that, so no surprise there. I'm surprised by Mike Bibby and all the guards that they drafted. Right, you got some big guys, some intimidators down low, but Mike Bibby picking a point guard in Marcus Banks, another guard in Mo Evans. I guess they got their enforcer in Ivan Johnson, but that was definitely surprising.
Because it seems like every team wants two sets of, like, you need a big,
yeah.
you need a wing, and you need a point. You know, Ricky and Mike, they're undersized though.
They are, and I think they're going to have a hard time when you look at some of these other matchups. You know, you got big Mike Sweetney, Three's Company, you got Kwame Brown, you got some really big guys, obviously Jermaine O'Neal, Kenyon Martin.
They got bangers. Trilogy has bangers. Kenyon, Al Harrington. The coach is a banger. His name's Rick Mahorn. You may have heard of him. Rashad McCants first pick. James White, Dion Glover. The Steven Jackson team.
I love Killer Three's picks.
What do you like about that team?
Well, Reggie Evans, first rounder, is a no-brainer. He was one of the top 2 or 3 players in the combine. I think you look at Larry Hughes. Larry looks like he can still play in the league.
Yes.
Right? And so I think that's a great pickup. And then they got a stretch 4 in Brian Cook, someone that can really shoot it. Those pick and rolls with Chauncey Billups. I think having Brian Cook there is going to be great for the Killer Threes.
Was there anybody that you were surprised that didn't get picked?
Well, Smush Parker is somebody that stood out yesterday, and so I'm surprised. And then Lou Amundsen, a guy that can still play. I was shocked that he didn't get drafted.
What do you say to those guys? I mean, they came down here, they competed, everybody played out yesterday. What do you say to those guys?
You say it's a long season, right? And so we have a injured reserve list, free agent list, and so if somebody goes down, you know, those guys have to stay prepared and be ready to get called up.
Yeah, I was surprised because Smush was out there, probably one of the most competitive dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a competitive, scrappy dude.
Yeah, I mean, he is, and he's a great player. Look, there's a lot of talented guys. You know, you only have a few spots, so someone's going to be left out.
What about the Dr. J and Jermaine O'Neal, Bonzi Wells, Tri-State? They picked Xavier.
Yeah, I actually think Tri-State might have the sleeper of the draft.
Why?
And Xavier Silas. He may be the Big Three's first player to play in our league and possibly play in the NBA afterwards.
Really? What is a little bit about his history?
So he played for the Wizards a couple of years ago, had an injury, getting back from injury, but he's a guy that impressed everyone yesterday at the Combine. He's somebody you got to watch for.
What is the difference between being on a team in the NBA, being D-League, and being out of the league completely? Forget the injuries. Performance, effort, politics, a little bit of both.
You sprinkle a little bit of everything in there. I think, one, you got to have the right timing. You have to fit a specific need for a team. You have to be a little bit lucky, right? I think Xavier Silas, he had Summer League a few years back, fractured his face. Timing was bad. He's now healthy. He's going to get a great look here in our league, and who knows what can happen for the future.
That would be great if people saw him playing.
Yeah.
So I think, that would be fantastic if a guy impressed and showed out. He looks like he's hungry, he's playing. Yeah. He's not here to joke around. And again, I think the competition and the physicality and the intensity of the Big Three is going to be the thing that is going to be most prime, because it's not a charity game. No disrespect to charities. It's not a celebrity all-star game, which I am a former celebrity game all-star MVP. No disrespect to celebrity games, but these guys are playing. I wouldn't want any part of what was going on in the post yesterday. You can hand check. Talk about that one thing. Hand checking is allowed in the Big Three.
Yeah.
You're the commissioner.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Okay.
Dudes were hand checking yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was just the tryouts. And then you got guys like Kenyon Martin, Steven Jackson. How do we avoid that we don't take things over the line? We don't go to hand checking to possible prize fighting and or MMA.
Well, no, I mean, it's when you put competitive athletes on the court, you know what it's going to be. But I think from the league level, we want to keep it clean. You can hand check, but you can't push guys. And ultimately, the penalties will be stiff, right? We want a clean game. We want guys competing at a high level to a limit. But then we also want those guys acting like the pros that they are.
We don't want any incidents.
No incidents.
All right. You did a